Before we start with the session, I request you to please switch off your phones or put them on silent mode to avoid any distractions. We'll wait for a minute for other people to join in. Meanwhile, I'd like to ask you, what are you feeling already about this session? If you have to use one word for your feeling, what would that word be? You can put that word in the chat box. I'm personally feeling very excited about this session. How about you? Would you also like to share where are you joining this session from? Okay, Manjula is feeling excited. Pratima feels that she needs this as she's procrastinating a lot. Manjula is from Bangalore. Uma is from Bangalore. Bhavna is from Indore and is looking forward. So we have people joining this session from different parts of the country, creating a lot of diversity. And Sneha is joining from Hong Kong. So we have an international dimension to our session as well, which is a great note to start with. I hope you have all your intentions ready for this session and your intentions are fulfilled by the end of this session. I'm Talia from Team SoulSensei. I'll be a host for this session and the point of contact for anything or everything you need during this session. Before we start with the session, I would request you all to please switch on your cameras. Looking at each other's faces help us to grow together in this journey, and it also helps the leader to gauge the rhythm of the group or make any corrections in the practices we do. It makes the session more interactive, intuitive, and helps us to make the best out of it. So please switch on your cameras to make the best out of this session. For people who are new to Soul Sensei, we are a safe and supportive transformative space where you can be your authentic self and progress on the journey of healing and transformation without any inhibitions or restrictions. Our session today is with Sheelaa M. Bajaj on identifying the blocks affecting your motivation. Sheelaa M. Bajaj is an Akashic master, hypnotherapist, and numerologist with over 25 years of experience and millions of lives impacting globally. She's a TEDx speaker and host of a national TV show, spending 18 years of radio sharing wisdom on tarot and numerology. As an initiated priestess of India's first Yoruba temple, Sheelaa blends ancient spiritual traditions with modern healing modalities, guiding people to transform blocks and align with their higher purpose and abundance. Her work has been featured in publications like Cosmopolitan, Forbes, Fortune India, and India Today. I hope we have a lovely session ahead with her this evening. Over to you, Sheelaa. Sheelaa, we can't hear you. Can you?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Just step in a different place. It's fine. Now? Can you hear me now? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
All right, great. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, thank you for that lovely introduction, Talia. I'm just repeating the same thing that I did, on mute. So this is actually the first session that I'm doing on hypnotherapy with SoulSensei. Till now, I've been doing a bunch of sessions related to Akashic money activation and Akashic journeys, which is something which is my own unique technique where I take you on an astral journey and help you clear money blocks. I do several different things which specialize in root cause. So that's why I work on the spiritual realm, root cause, which is Akashic. On the mental realm, which is hypnotherapy, again, we go to the root cause. So something that I've realized over the last 2.5 decades of doing energy work, doing sessions for people one-on-one, group sessions, something that I've realized predominantly is that a lot of times we get consults, we get some healing, we have some change that we want, and we all have gone through some form of spiritual healing in our lifetime. In the earlier days, it was not so popular. Nowadays, people have gone through some form or something of energy work. And a lot of times I've seen people, they've seen a change because maybe mentally they're like, on that path. They're very cued in, they are very determined. They're like, okay, you know what, this is what I'm doing. And it happens for them, right? Because you go through energy healing. Like when I've gone through certain healing sessions, the energy that, like, I go in with that mindset that I want to see this change. And eventually, after the healing, the change has occurred for me. But I've noticed it doesn't always work in the same way for everyone. How many people have gone through some form of energy work, some form of spiritual healing, energy healing, chakra healing, Reiki, pranic healing, any healing modality or any kind of energy work which was supposed to take you from point A to point B, and it actually didn't? And it actually didn't. Like, you didn't get the output that you were looking to get. Let's say you went to therapy, normal therapy, you went for confidence or you went for a certain procrastination, and then it didn't help. So I'm actually looking for some answers. Yeah, there are some people who are saying yes. So that the reason for that, or sometimes even when it comes to manifestation, the reason for that is your mind is a different department altogether. So energetically, you evolve, you grow, you kind of jump 5 steps. But imagine that your mind is still here. It's still wo ghaseet ke, it is, crawling, because the mindset or the belief system hasn't changed. You haven't made that change on the mind level. The programming on the mind level is not changed. And I simply explain this with like having two devices. When you have like a Mac and an iPhone, and both of them are connected on the same iCloud, and you don't sync your devices, like you delete some pictures or you click some pictures and you've not synced your devices, or you made some changes, you haven't synced it. What happens is it doesn't show up in your other device. Does that make sense, guys? So whenever we do energy work or we do some kind of transformation work on the energy level, but we haven't done that same syncing of devices on the mental level, which is the belief system, which is your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and primarily your belief system. It is basically like a program or a tab that is open in your phone that's running for ages. It's like your iPhone. When you don't close your apps and you don't kill your apps, they silently drain your battery. Do people know that? My kids actually taught me that. It silently drains your battery. Like, that app is still running. You open an app, you open like Swiggy, Zepto, and you don't kill the app. It's still running in the background. That's why your battery runs out really quickly. So when you have certain events that have happened in your life, they cause a permanent damage to some area of your life. So sometimes you end up, like for example, with regard to motivation, since we're, dealing with motivation in the next session, which is on, which is 28th, one of the reasons for lack of motivation or procrastination is the fear of failure. Sometimes we have this fear that we will fail, and hence we kind of push it, we procrastinate it, and we try to push it till later because, hey, you know what, if I do this, I might fail. And sometimes that laziness or that lack of motivation is like it comes from a certain reason, and for everyone it's different. There's a certain incident, you did something, you failed at it, and then your coping mechanism was either anger, you built fear, you built arrogance, you built an attitude, you built a sense of humor. We all have coping mechanisms, and we all end up finding ways or strategies. Like, our mind has this little ustad in it, like another ustad that we have, another part of us, that ends up creating these belief systems, almost like an alter ego, creates these belief systems, coping mechanisms, strategies, fears, phobias, in order to protect us or punish us. And that's where we get stuck. So everyone knows when people have like procrastination. How many people are procrastinators here? Do we have any procrastinators? I'm a procrastinator. So all procrastinators know that they shouldn't, right? You know you shouldn't. If you have an addiction, you know you shouldn't, but you still do. So why do you do it? Why are you being controlled by that? Like you can't control it. It's all about free will, no? It's all about willpower. You should be able to like for example, confidence. You don't have the confidence to, maybe speak in public, speak on camera. You don't have the confidence in a meeting. You know you don't have confidence, right? Everyone knows that they have an issue with that. It's fear. So, get off your fear. Why does it not work? Someone who needs validation. I tell you that, no, you're looking great. You're doing great. You're doing a good job. They're like, no, I'm not doing a good job. You have low confidence. I'm not good enough. Someone who has the belief I'm not good enough. How many people have the belief I'm not good enough? So everything I'm not good enough is like you feel it, you believe it, it's a part of your belief. Even if today Sheelaa Bajaj comes and tells you, even if Shah Rukh Khan comes and tells you you're amazing, you can't take it in, right? How many people like know that? Like you just can't take it in. Why can't you take it in? Because between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, there's a wall. There's something called a critical factor. And this critical factor doesn't allow faltu information to come from your conscious mind and simply just go into the back end and like a firewall. Like you don't allow everyone to mess with your code, right? Of your like your website or your whatever software thingy. I don't know too much about tech, so that's why I sound like an idiot when I say it. Like when you have something back end, like of some programming, some tech, some product, some app. Okay, an app. Let's say you have an app and you have the back end. You don't give access to everyone. It's kind of protected. And there are so many like gateways and firewalls for people to like access that. Similarly, our mind, so powerful. So our conscious and subconscious mind and our unconscious mind encompasses what we call like our mind. And then we have the conscious and unconscious, which is like together. The unconscious mind is like the data dump, like everything, faltu, acha, everything. And the subconscious mind runs the beliefs, the programs, all of that. It like runs the show. It's like he's got all the controls, he's got everything, all the strategies, aise karna hai, waise karna hai. In this situation, this is how you think you're people pleasing, overdoing. These are all strategies. Sometimes you don't even know how many facets of your personality are coping mechanisms. Do people want to write a list of how many facets of their personality are coping mechanisms? Is something that you do to cope, like overdoing it in friendships, people pleasing, procrastination. How many of them are people pleasing? People pleasing is a big one. People pleasing comes from abandonment, fear of losing someone. Like I was a people pleaser for a very long time and I didn't know why I was a people pleaser. And I just went into like, I actually see a familiar name here, a very, very old student of mine, Deepa Balwali. Are you the same Deepa who used to come to my center? I just saw a familiar name. Would love to know if it's the same Deepa Balwali who lived in HSR. So we all have this and no one is free from it. Not even me, not even, ascended masters, not even like, no one is free from it. If you're going through hi Deepa, so nice to see you here. No one is free from that. No one is exempted from that. If you're going through the human experience, compromising, yes. If you're going through the human experience, you have coping mechanisms, you have trauma, you have strategies, you have belief systems, and all of these are, they have all controllers, like the movie Inside Out. Like how that's all about emotions. Imagine having like 1,000 belief systems and controllers. So a lot of time you don't function from free will. You're not able to be motivated. You're not able to go to the next level because there are all these parts of you that are tugging back and pulling back at you. Like खींच खींच के it's tugging back at you. कैसे जाओगे आगे? How are you going to move forward? How are you going to feel like phenomenal and magnanimous? How are you going to fly? And when there's something there, when there's like a rope shackling you down and chained you down to the ground. So all of your belief systems, like if it's a positive belief, great. It's going to help you like go to the next level. But if it's a negative belief, or it's a stuck belief, or it's a conclusion, or it's a mindset, or it's an implant that someone put into you, like something like, oh, हमारे family में ऐसे ही होता है. Sometimes even these belief systems kind of like hold you back, and you don't know why you actually built them. You don't know where you got them from. So my work basically specializes in looking at all of those things that shackle you one by one, because not all of them can be dealt with in one session. Like when you go to traditional therapy, you go for 2 years and then you've moved like this much, then you move this much, then you move this much. It's a very slow process because you're constantly hitting at the conscious mind. Like, matha mar ke, it's like you're hitting your head against the wall. That critical factor is not going to allow a lot of the therapy and a lot of the work that's happening. And that's why consistent therapy is required when you go for a certain issue. Like you go for depression, you go for confidence, you go for procrastination, you go for anxiety, you go for whatever it is. You need to go consistently. But when it comes to hypnotherapy, it's a fast track method. Basically, what happens is in the hypnotherapy session, I take you through something called an induction. An induction is basically inducing you into a state of hypnosis. So when I induce you into the state of hypnosis, your wall, the critical factor, is something that kind of lowers. And I studied this in Dubai. It is something that changed my life. I lost 15 kilos in that whole process of hypnotherapy and going through my learning curve in hypnotherapy. When I was going through my training, through that I went through a lot of sessions, because you need to practice a whole lot. So coming back to what I was saying about what happens in a session, your critical factor is lowered, and after it is lowered, you're more suggestible. So what happens is we go back to the root incident, the root cause, reason, the exact event as to why you built that, where you built that. That story is incomplete. That tab is incomplete somewhere. So that story has to be completed and processed. And that's what we do in a session, in the mega session that we're going to do day after tomorrow. It's day after tomorrow, right? On 28th at 6 p.m. So that's what we're going to do on that session, is go back to the root cause of why you have lack of motivation. What built that? What trauma in your life built that? And then motivation will just be something that you no longer feel is evasive. You're going to feel like it's right there. Now, for some people who have a lot of procrastination, maybe they feel they don't really get that, okay, I don't have a motivation problem, but I procrastinate a lot. So motivation and procrastination are kind of two sides of the same coin. So if you're grappling with procrastination as well, you can attend this session, because we will go back to the root cause, reason, and process lack of motivation or procrastination, and both will work. Like both are two sides of the same coin. And then after that, we kind of add a new program in the last part of the hypnotherapy session, where basically, because I'm removing one program, I need to give you a new program to, to hold on to, for your subconscious mind to hold on to. Because if I don't give you a new program, you snap back into old programs. And that takes 21 to 28 days. In most schools of hypnotherapy, 21 days, because it takes 21 days to break a habit, to build a new habit. But I tell people 28 days. I give people that extra 7 days to just realign yourself and to kind of, ekdam se, it's like, the program has to kind of get set. It has to be a part of you. It has to become a way of life. Does anyone have any questions about the session? Because I'm going to do a little taster of hypnotherapy today. Usually I don't do this in introductions. It is done as a separate session. But everyone's so new. We had so many registrations. We have very few people who have joined in, but I'm sure all of the people who have registered are going to watch the recording at some point. So I'm hoping that they follow this and get some value from it. So even if you're attending the free session, I really want you to get value from this session, so that you get a little taste, a little thing of, is it okay for those with a pacemaker? Absolutely. There's no problem. Absolutely no problem. It doesn't interfere with that. The only two cases in which hypnotherapy is not advised is for people with schizophrenia and with bipolar. Only people with schizophrenia and bipolar are not, it's not suggested to take part. I think if someone is there from the SoulSensei team, in the registration, we should just add that. I'm sorry, I didn't put that in.
Sure,
Does
we'll
anyone
take a
have
look.
any questions before we start the taster session? So the taster session, what I'm going to do, please post your question in the comments so that in the chat, so that I can see it and I can answer it. A lot of people have apprehensions. Yeah, this is a question that most people have. Most people are very scared of hypnotherapy. How many people have that fear factor that I'm going to go out of control? Kaise, forget your name, do this, sleep. Aisa. How many people are scared because of Instagram? Oh my God, that was so hilarious. When I there was a hypnotherapist that I was following, and something happened, and then he messaged me, and maybe because like I have a verified page, so then they generally will reply. And he had like good following, so he messaged me back, and I was blown away. I was like, wow! And he does these rapid inductions. They're called rapid inductions. So I said, how do you do that? I want to learn it. Like I'm a hypnotherapist as well, and I want to learn that. And he said, oh, no, 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 that's just for Instagram. That's just for entertainment. That doesn't work. I was so relieved. I was so relieved. I swear, I always felt like I'm not that good of a hypnotherapist because I can't do stuff like that. Like, forget your name, and the person is like, ekdam say, oh, I can't remember my name. How many people have seen that on like Facebook, Instagram? Crazy. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to learn hypnotherapy was for, I was like, if someone is panicking, you can just make them go like just forget their panic for a second. Like you can just do that, like, in an emergency. You can't. You just can't. You are in control. You are in control. Like during the session, it's just gonna feel like a very deep meditation. You are in complete control. You know everything that's happening. And especially when I do one-on-one sessions for people, I do one-on-one sessions, and it's for like depression, for OCD. Like I've done one case for OCD, and I was so stressed out about, like, oh my God, I don't know if it'll make a difference. Every time you get a first case, like a unique problem which you've not done before, you'll always end up having that, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this, because what if it doesn't work? Like someone comes to you and says, okay, I have this skin issue, I want to get hypnotherapy. I'm not very confident with, like, I don't specialize in health issues, but I have done health issues. I'm not so confident in doing it because I have some trouble figuring and putting two and putting those pieces in my head. But it's always worked for the person I did it for. I had a study buddy whom I got rid of her eczema, and I had trouble believing it because she's 55 plus something, and she's had it since she was a baby. Eczema for 55 plus years, and in one session it was gone. And I kept messaging her and asking her, how's your skin? How's your skin? Like she's like, gone, it's fine. Like she's happy, she's released it. I think I was still holding on to it. Like I wouldn't ask her how's your eczema because that means I'm bringing it back. So let me answer the questions here. My husband has OCD. We would love to do it. For OCD, it's a one-on-one session, darling, and I never ever guarantee results because, like I said, for a certain health-related psychosomatic issue, I have trouble. Like I follow the protocol to the T, and it works every single time. It works for like conception. It works for behavioral issues. I've done it for my 12-year-old kid when he was 10, when he got bullied in school, and he went and like confronted his bully. It was magical, like so magical. Like the transformation I saw in my son was so heartwarming because, as a parent, you feel so helpless when your kid is getting bullied or they have some issue going on. The only thing is that they need to be receptive. So my husband has OCD. I answered that. You need to do a one-on-one session for that. But again, I don't make assurances. I'm struggling to lose weight. Does it work for that? I lost 15 kilos. I did a lot of hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy will, one, make you lose some weight because it works on the subconscious mind, which is basically controls your whole body. Second thing that it does is I added a lot of, like, I didn't believe that part of it, but I definitely put the programs, like I didn't do a specific session for weight loss. I did sessions for other things during my practice and during my training. But I always said, like in my reprogram or rewiring, I always said, like, I want to eat healthy. I don't, and I'm a foodie. I used to be a big time foodie. Now I'm not so much of a foodie. I mean, I still like to say I'm a foodie because I was a foodie for so many years. I don't want to, like, abandoned that thing of like I love food. I do still like food, but I'm not a foodie. Like I can't say I'm a foodie now. So I changed that switch. I love eating salad, which I hated earlier. I absolutely despised salad, and my husband is witness to that. I didn't have that consistency to exercise, and now I do. And if I don't exercise, I go crazy. So it is to basically get your brain and your subconscious mind to flip that switch. So it works on a holistic level. Okay, you still have to make those choices. You still have to like get up and do those things. There will be a change in your wiring, but you still got to do the work. No one's gonna come and say, "अरे मैं मसाज कर लेता हूँ, तुम you're going to lose weight." ऐसा नहीं होता है. Money blockages can be relieved. Yes, a lot of times what happens is there's a root cause as to why you don't receive money, because there was something that happened. And sometimes what happens is people slip into their past life with money related blocks. Like with certain kinds of trauma, people go into their past life. That's fine, wherever it's coming from. I'm going to go to the earlier questions. Not scared, but skeptical whether it will work for me. Yeah, I mean, skeptical, a lot of people are skeptical. Even I, like with health related issues, I'm still skeptical because I tried it for my urticaria and it didn't work. You know, I tried it for my insomnia. I went back into, like, it does work for insomnia for many people. For me, it didn't work. And I give complete disclosure that where I had chronic and acute insomnia for 6 years, it did not work. I went back to certain events, the root cause of where I built that belief. Like in my case, one of the instances I went back to when I was 22 in my first abusive marriage, where I was pushed off the bed and I got a cut on my back. And I the first belief that came was I'm not safe in my own home. And then obviously there are other instances that trigger the belief. And so I went back to that. I did all of that. It helped my insomnia a little bit, maybe about 10-20%. But honestly, that's not good enough. Like my expectations or rather my standards are a little high for something. So acupuncture was what helped me. And if you want to know about acupuncture, I went to a different city. You can DM me on Instagram. Any question that you guys have, please make sure that you say SoulSensei, and you mention that I attended your session on SoulSensei, and then ask me a question on Instagram. I will reply. Um, have heard that hypnotherapy works very slow. No, 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 no. Not slow. It is the quickest thing on this planet. It is because, see, I'm ADHD, I'm dyslexic, and I have no patience. I want everything yesterday. Okay, I'm not like your typical spiritual person who's like, "Arey, be calm, grounded. I can wait forever for something to happen." No, I want everything yesterday. Like I'm a bulldozer. So like that, honestly, that's a box people create for someone spiritual, that you're calm, grounded. I am very calm, I am very grounded, but I'm also like I want everything now, now, now. So I have impatience with regard to business. I'm not an impatient person as a person in my life, but yeah, it's not slow. So I can't go and get treatment for something forever. I want something really quick. So it's not slow. Or maybe it doesn't work on those with strong left brain functionality. Yeah, if you're not receptive, I will not be able to induct you. That's true. Like if you're very, very, if you're like ekdam dheet and you don't even allow yourself to be inducted into hypnosis, you don't trust, it will not work for you. That's a disclaimer. Like for anyone who's very strong headed and like ekdam like that, like don't register for the program. It will not work on you. I'm very strong minded, but I'm very open to hypnosis. Like I need to trust the person that I'm with, and then I'm open. It's like for me it depends. Like I'm not going to be receptive to anyone and everyone. They got to like be of one kuch level. It works online, it works offline. You just need noise cancellation headphones, a quiet room, no cats in the room, no dogs in the room, no children in the room, and yeah, that's and a stable internet connection. My husband, okay, that I answered. Lose weight, answered. Struggling with finding purpose in life. No, darling. No, purpose in life, no, it won't work to find that. Purpose in life, maybe an Akashic journey. We keep doing this every month on Soul Sensei. You can join one of those. If you're doing one on soul's purpose, you can join that. Or even in an Akashic money activation, if you request that I want to know my soul's purpose, I kind of add that in the session. I fall into certain patterns at work. It'll help you break them. See, this session, what we're doing day after tomorrow, is designed for lack of motivation / procrastination. So to break certain patterns at work, like I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you can, look at the different sessions that we offer and whatever aligns with, you can do that. Money blockages, if you have trouble, if you have poverty consciousness on to receive money, beliefs about money is difficult to earn, you need to attend a session based on money there, like a hypnotherapy session based on money. BP sugar, I'm not sure. I've never done a session for BP and sugar, so I don't know. But I do know that acupuncture works. Please DM me on Instagram. I can refer you to people who can do very good acupuncture, and it works. Okay, I have I can't even pronounce this. Aphantasia, failure to form mental images, visualize. The visualization meditations don't work for me. I'm unable to imagine blue light going through my body. Will hypnosis work? Honestly, I don't know. Because if you have trouble visualizing, how are you going to go back to a past event? So I don't know. Maybe you just need to like try. I do a lot of energy work, but not able to recognize this resistance. Great, may help you. I micro observe myself, judgmental about myself. Great. Can we get Akashic constellation sessions? I don't know what an Akashic constellation session is, but Akashic journeys I do on SoulSensei. And then I have someone on my team who does Akashic reading and Akashic healing. So you can contact her. You can just DM me on Instagram and I can refer you to whoever. I love your expression while talking. You should take up drama and theater. My son is an actor and I'm just naturally born Nautanki, but I'm not an actor. I'm just Nautanki. That's it. Yeah, but I used to be on television. I had my own show, and for a whole year, 2007 to 2008, before social media was a thing. Thank you so much. I just soaked that in. I love it. Like, I actually want to do a program to help people be comfortable with the camera, to record content for all content creators. Like my closest friend was telling me about this. She was like, I think you need to do that, Bajaj. It's in you. It's in your blood. Because I've actually helped a lot of people overcome their mindset issues with camera. I want to understand something honestly before I go ahead. I feel like work hard my business, but there's certain patterns where I get stuck. Hypnotherapy help identify, break those kind of subconscious patterns. See, I don't know what you're talking about, like what pattern, like things which are related to the mind. That's what hypnotherapy works with. Procrastination, confidence, fear, phobia, depression, anxiety, OCD. What else? People pleasing, overdoing, all of that. I'm very receptive. I want to taste a little. Great. Yes, acupuncture does help that. I want to understand myself better. Why I made certain choices in life. Will it work? Maybe a one-on-one session, not this. Like this is for motivation. This is for procrastination. You're very natural and authentic. Thank you, darling. Which show? Oh, it was back in the day. It was called Tarot Tell. It was on Headlines Today, which is now called India Today TV. And I also did a show on Aaj Tak, which was called Khush Raho. So thank you. And I've also been like on, like Talia mentioned that I've been on radio for 18 years. So media is in me. I'm in media and it's in my blood. Like if you take a test tube of blood from me, you'll get like pieces of media. And I also have a little bit of a sense of humor. People tell me I should be a stand-up comedian, but मुझे नहीं लग रहा कि वो हो पाएगा. बहुत सी चीजें इस लाइफ टाइम में करने के लिए. Too many things. So let's get started, guys. Is everyone excited to do this taster hypnosis? What we're going to do this for is to magnify or bring the basically to go back and bring something back from your past. So the feeling of being loved, or okay, I'm going to give people choices. Do you want to go back to just a happy moment and bring the happiness back into the current, into present? Do you want to do it for fun? Do you want to do it for being cared for, being acknowledged? Like, what would you, like, this is a positive one, like the ones which are for removing the negative, like for motivation, right? Like, you're not motivated because, like, for the motivation, it's a lot deeper. We have to go into like the root cause of why you don't feel motivated. So those are, you go back to the trauma. But today we're not going into any trauma. We're just going to go back to a happy moment and bring something yummy from there into your present. What would you like to magnify today? To being, okay, cared and acknowledged. Great, I love that. Being loved and acknowledged. Love. Okay, love. Love, cared, and acknowledged. Is everyone aligned with that? Like care, love, and acknowledgement. Okay, great. And the people who are not live, they just don't have a choice. Once they get the recording, they're just going to have to do this. And I would suggest that, once you get this recording, I'm not sure if you actually get it for the intro sessions. Do you, Talia? Do you all send the recording to everyone?
No, we don't do it for the
Okay.
intro
So then
sessions.
I guess even the people who haven't attended, they don't get this one. So gear up yourselves, guys. There's no recording for this session. This is, hold on, I'm actually gonna, I'm just gonna take a minute to get something. Hold on. And then we're gonna start in like exactly 2 minutes. So go to the loo, drink water, because you can't get up in the middle of the session. So quickly 2 minute loo break, water break, and then we'll start. Is everyone back? Is everyone ready? This is going to be a very, very quick taster of hypnosis. So it's not like the full session. Like your one-on-one sessions are like 3 to 4 hours, guys. 3 to 4 hours. मौत आ जाती है उस टाइम पे, क्योंकि बीच में सुसु भी नहीं कर सकते. Yeah, actually, you cannot get up in the middle of a session. No, you should not like drink too much water before a one-on-one session, because you actually can't get up in the middle of hypnosis. And then if you want to, you can. I mean, it's not impossible. You don't have to wear a diaper and all, but like then I have to re-induct you into hypnosis. Basically, it's like surgery के बीच में आप कैसे सुसु करोगे. So yeah. So let's start. And a lot of people who are a part of my community, like we posted the thing over there as well. A lot of people who are attending, who know me from before, I keep learning new things. Like every time it's something new. I never stop learning. Like at every, like sometimes 6 months or every year at least. I'm a giver and seeker of knowledge. I'm a hermit. So I keep upgrading and I keep adding, because I believe that a human being and our life experience is like a jigsaw puzzle. So like whatever pieces I know that that kind of goes against like specializing in that one thing, but yeah, I don't practice everything. It's those things that I really, really connect with. Otherwise, I end up finding the right practitioners. At least I know the scope of what each modality can do, you know? So, so let's start, guys. I'm going to switch off the my video. So I want each one of you to look up as high as you possibly can, keeping your eyes open. Look up as high as you possibly can. Make sure that your eyeballs are looking into your eyebrows. And keeping your eyeballs up, I want you to close your eyelids down. And then you feel a little flutter in your eyes. Does everyone feel it? If you don't, you can open your eyes back up again. Again, have your eyeballs look into your eyebrows, keeping your eyeballs up, glued to your eyebrows, basically upar. You can close your eyelids down, and as soon as you close it down, you feel like a flutter. That's like a hard switch to take your brain into a different frequency, to change your brain waves from beta to alpha. Can I open your eyes up again? And we're going to do this again properly now. So look up as high as you possibly can. And keeping your eyeballs up, look into your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Relax your body. Continue to keep your eyeballs up. And with every blink, your eyes are getting heavier, droopier, drowsier. And you start to feel a sense of hypnosis coming upon you. Continue keeping your eyeballs up. And the moment you hear my fingers click, you're going to close your eyelids down. Close. And that fluttery feeling that you feel in your eyelids, that's REM. Now take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And one final time, take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your body. The muscles around the nerves and muscles in and around your eyes are heavy, relaxed. And now your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, and locked tight together. And no matter what you try to do, you just can't seem to open it. Your eyes are now glued shut, sealed shut, and locked tight. Now forget all about your eyes and allow your body to go have a drifty, floaty feeling, develop all through your body. And some of you may adjust your posture a little bit. If you want to lie down, you can. Make yourself comfortable. Put your legs up if you want to, or fold your legs. But allow this drifting, floating feeling to develop all through your body. Now drop your chin just a little bit as if you're looking down. Just your chin, as if you're looking down a flight of stairs or looking over a balcony. And now you see 10 steps. And I'm going to count you 10 steps. And with every step, you go deeper and deeper into hypnosis. So as I count, you're now on step 10. Every muscle, every nerve becomes loose. You become relaxed. You go deeper into hypnosis. Every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper, deeper, deeper. And now you're on step 9, and you can see your feet on that step. And the sound of your breath, the sound of all the sounds around you are carrying you deeper, deeper into hypnosis. And now you're on step 8. You can hear your feet make contact on that step. You feel something, you feel cold, you feel warm, and you go deeper. Now you're on step 7. You can feel your feet, you can hear your feet, and the sound of your heartbeat carries you deeper. Now you're on step 6. The sound of your heartbeat, your breath, the sound of the fan, AC, or the sounds around you in your room carry you way deeper into hypnosis. And now you're on step 5. You're halfway there. Go deeper. Sink deeper. Drift deeper, deeper, deeper into hypnosis. Now you're on step 4. Every muscle turns loose, becomes relaxed, lets loose, and you go deeper, deeper, deeper. And every time I click my finger and you hear my fingers click, you go deeper. And now you're on step 4, and all of the sounds around you, all of the discomfort carries you deeper into hypnosis. Now you're on step 3, you go deeper into an awareness of yourself. Sink deeper, drift deeper, go deeper. Now you're on step 2, go deeper into your own internal state. You're relaxed, sink deeper. And now you're on step 1, just go deeper, 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 drift deeper, sink deeper, and you're doing awesome. And now as you hear me click my fingers again, you go 50 times deeper, 100 times deeper. And deeper just means going deeper into an awareness of yourself. And I want you to imagine now that your eyes are just glued shut, sealed shut, locked tight so much that you can't open it. They're just glued. Your eyes are just fused together, sealed together, and you just can't open them, even if you try. Perfect. And now I want you to stretch your arms out for me, facing each other. Like lift your arms, facing each other, perpendicular to your body, and visualize 2 magnets in the center of your palm. And the moment I say go, these 2 magnets will be activated, or the moment I click my fingers, these magnets will get activated, and you will feel an enormous magnetic pull, pulling these 2 magnets together. And the moment your palms touch each other, they will fall lifelessly in your lap. And go. And some of you are going to take longer, and some of you will do this really fast, and you're doing great. Awesome. And now I want you to rock your head a little bit gently from side to side. And I want you to know that your neck muscles are the last to relax. So allow your neck muscles to relax. Just rock your head from side to side. And as you do that, you go 100 times deeper, 1,000 times deeper. And you're doing absolutely great, each one of you. And now we're going to go to the next part of the session, which is going back to a happy moment. I'm going to take you back to a happy moment, a moment that has everything to do with something that happened that was happy, where you felt extremely, extremely loved. You're going to go back to a scene in your mind that's connected to this special happy memory, a time when you felt excited, happy or proud, acknowledged or loved. And for each person, that's very different. Some people want to go to a moment when they felt excited. And for some, it is loved, validated, or acknowledged. Not validated, acknowledged. Where they were praised, where they were pumped up, where they were loved or cared for, nurtured. And your mind already knows So as I count back from 5 until 1, your mind will take you back to the scene, this beautiful, powerful scene that has everything to do with feeling cared for, feeling loved, or feeling special, or feeling gifted, or feeling powerful, or feeling that, you are enough. So as I count 5 until 1, you're going to go back to that scene, place, event, and time that has everything to do with that happy feeling, feeling loved, feeling cared. And it is very clear to your mind. So on the count of 5, you're drifting back to that significant scene, place, and time that has everything to do with feeling cared, feeling acknowledged, or loved. At the count of 4, you're becoming younger. On the count of 3, you're becoming smaller, lighter, shorter, shrinking into this small little Lilliput, going back to that scene, place, event, and time that has everything to do with you feeling happy, acknowledged, or cared for, or recognized. And at the count of 1, you're going back months, weeks, and years are peeling away. Like you're going back to this memory bank, like a book shuffling through your memories. And you go back to that scene, just be there. And now, as I click my fingers, a scene is coming to your mind instantaneously, like a computer screen or a TV screen switching on. And it happens so effortlessly. And the scene that you are, I want you to take mental notes of where you are. And now each one of you are on mute, but you can go and speak out loud. The scene where you are right now, is it daytime or nighttime? I want you to clock in whether it's daytime or nighttime. And now I want you to see whether are you indoors or outdoors? What is the weather like? Is it hot? Is it cold? Are you alone or are you with someone? How old are you in this scene? And I want you to observe, what are you seeing? What are you hearing and feeling and experiencing in this moment? Everything, the whole experience. I want you to live this like a movie for a few minutes. What are you seeing, hearing, feeling, and experiencing in this moment? The feeling of joy, the feeling of excitement, the emotion, the happiness, the feeling of love. What are you feeling? What is that feeling that you experience most in this scene? Some of you are feeling joyful, some of you are feeling emotional. And you're not supposed to open your eyes during the session at all. So do not type. Close your eyes and count your way back. If you've come out of hypnosis, count your way back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back into that scene, that exact scene, and just experience it. What do you feel in this moment? And you feel that way because I want you to answer why you feel happy, why you feel excited. What is someone doing for you, saying to you? Do you believe them? Have you received it? And now I want you to place the scene a little aside. And now I'm going to take you to a second scene. I'm going to count you from 5 until 1. I want you to answer that question as to why you feel the way you do. You feel this way because this person said this to you, and you feel that because. Answer that for yourself. And I'm going to count back from 5 until 1. And I'm going to take you back to a second scene. And I'm going to take you back to a scene, place, event, and time that has, again, everything to do with feeling nurtured, being acknowledged, being cared for. And the scene comes to you instantaneously at the count of 5. You're drifting back to the scene that has everything to do with the feeling of being happy, acknowledged, cared for. And whatever feeling you felt in the first scene, I want you to go back to a scene that you felt that. Like, for example, if you were acknowledged, I want you to go back to a scene where you felt acknowledged. At the count of 4, you're becoming younger. At the count of 3, you're becoming smaller, lighter, shorter, drifting back. At the count of 2, you're going back to that scene, place, event, and time. At the count of 1, you're there. Years, months, and weeks are peeling away. You're there, there, there. And as I click my fingers, that computer screen switches on and you're there. Is it daytime or nighttime? Are you indoors or outdoors? Are you alone or with someone? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it freezing? How old are you? And again, I want to know, what are you seeing, feeling, and experiencing? And where do you feel that feeling in your body? Feel that feeling, and I want you to make that grow. And I want you to make that grow. And I want you to make that grow, grow, grow. I want that to spread. I want it to spread to all parts of your brain. I want that to spread all parts of your body. I want that to reach every cell, every vein, every artery, every muscle, every tendon, in your blood, in your organs. I want you to make that flow, that feeling, let it flood you completely. What are you feeling? You feel joy? Come on, expand that. You feel loved? Come on, expand that. You feel special? Come on, expand that. You feel confidence? Come on, expand that. And you allow this feeling to flood you. And now I want you to place those 2 scenes in your left hand. And I want you to, like, as if you're holding a movie DVD in your left hand, like snapshots of what you went through. And in your right, and this is your left hand and right hand facing up, put it on your lap. And you want to keep these 2 scenes on your left hand. And on the right hand, I want you to put your situation and who you are today. And what feelings would from these 2 scenes would you like to bring to your current present? What feeling, what belief, what joy, what fun, what would you like to bring to your current? I want you to increase that feeling tenfold. I want you to transfer all those feelings from your left hand, and I want you to put it on your right hand. And I want you to close your left hand onto your right hand. And I want you to take all these feelings that you've chosen, and I want you to like mix it with your right hand and just feel that feeling grow 100-fold now through your body. Like I want it to spread and I want it to magnify. And now I want you to make it like go beyond your body, like encompass that feeling in the space you're sitting in and in the house. I want you to feel like you've just expanded and you're going to explode with that joy. And now I know that you've been given the incredible gift of care, joy, love, and you've made that grow within you. You've actually commanded, like we've together commanded your subconscious mind to expand that energy. And this gift of happiness and this wonderful feeling, you can spread this through your body and through your life and through your day, through your month, through your week, through your year. And you're going to carry this with you at all times, and it's going to be with you forever. And whenever you want this feeling, you just have to come back to it. Just stay in that feeling. You can close your eyes and you come back to this moment and you will feel it again. You're going to wake up every morning feeling charged up, feeling happy, feeling exuberated. You look at yourself in the mirror and you remind yourself that you're special, that you're cared for, that you are enough, that you are loved, you are amazing, you are confident, you are special, you are gifted, you are capable. And with this amazing feeling of feeling confident, loved, nurtured, I'm going to bring you back to full awareness. Stay in that feeling. And as I count you back to full awareness, you bring this back with you to your conscious state. So at the count of 1, you're becoming more aware of your body. Your fingers, your toes, you start feeling them, you can wriggle them. At the count of 2, you're becoming aware of this room and the sounds around you. At the count of 3 and 4, take a deep breath, become aware of your body. And at the count of 5, you can open your eyes, feeling wonderful, amazing, confident, happy, blissful, charged up. I don't know how many people stayed for the session. Like I saw a lot of people leaving and entering again. I'm not sure how that works. But this was a proper hypnotherapy session. Like it didn't have all the different tools that we use. That's why it was only a 20-minute session and was just a happy moment, just like magnifying something positive. So I want to know, like, if we can open up the room, I want to know how everyone's feeling. And I'm just hoping internally, Talia, if I don't know if who else is there on the session, I want it to at least be recorded so that everyone's experience is there, because this is gold. What people experience is real. I'd like people to share. Like, can you unmute people so that we can get some feedback on what everyone felt? How did they feel? Were you able to be inducted? Lot of thought, loved it, just something that was needed. Thank you. Would anyone like to share? Someone says, I was crying. Snehal says, I was crying with the happy moment, cried a lot. Oh my God, feeling overwhelmed. I always tell my students, like I teach tarot master class. Like I teach people how to be tarot card readers. I don't read cards anymore. And in that class, I actually train you to be a spiritual coach. And I tell all of my readers that, if you can make someone cry, that's a fabulous reading. That's a kick-ass reading. Like pat yourself on the back if you were able to make someone cry. Not the bad wala crying. किसी को ऐसे रुला के मत भेजो कि अरे इतना गंदा reading है, ऐसा नहीं. But like overwhelm, that's when you've touched a part of their soul. A beautiful memory came up that I'd completely forgotten about. Wow. Getting back to your past was blissful. I want. Awesome. Can we unmute people?
Anyone who wants to talk or have some questions or wants to share,
Yeah.
they can raise their hands and
Yeah.
we can
Perfect.
unmute them.
If anyone wants to share, please raise your hand. Someone will unmute you. If you have any questions about the session, the session that we're going to do on motivation. So basically, it's going to be a little different. We're going to go back to the root cause of why you have lack of motivation or why you procrastinate, and go back and process it very differently. There are so many tools that we use in hypnotherapy. So, yeah, including inner child work. Does anyone have any questions? Manjula, Anita, unmute whoever you want. Talia, you're
Yeah,
you're on mute. Talia, you're on mute.
Manjula can ask, she's unmuted.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. This was an amazing session. I've got this once done. So this actually, I mean, I got the same experience, and I was 1 year old baby in my mother's this thing, and like I received a lot of love and acknowledgement and care. It's amazing actually.
Awesome.
So I would like to know, like, I mean, how do we use this? I mean, can we do it for ourselves like this, or it has to be done with someone?
Yeah, you need a guide. Hypnotherapy is not something that, like, see, when you do the one for motivation, you don't really need like me to be there, because a complete session, I'll induct you back out. It's very, very safe. Um, my sessions take you from beta to alpha to theta. So I kind of take you deeper into a deeper brain state, like your brain waves change, and that's why you're more receptive. That's why a lot of stuff happens in your brain, because the critical factor or critical faculty is, the wall is kind of lowered. But you can't you I mean, you, if you learn it
No,
maybe from a school, you can probably do this. Like, I studied it in Dubai, and like, it's I'm a you know I basically do this professionally as well. I don't recommend
not exactly
therapy.
this, but I practice meditation. So can I
Meditation is fine.
use that in meditation? Can I just
Yeah,
uh,
of course.
okay,
Play
yeah,
with it.
okay. Thank you.
Anita, you had a question. You're welcome.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Anita, you had a question. You're mute. You're
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Such a beautiful, refreshing session, honestly. So, for me, if I say, like, I don't feel that I was in somewhere, like, but I was totally like a meditative state. So it's more or less like I was in somewhere, but I can't even see anything. कहीं मैं पीछे जा नहीं सकी, मतलब मुझे कुछ दिखा नहीं, not even the bad part or good part, but I
I
was
didn't
in
take you to the
somewhere like
bad part. I didn't take
me,
you to the bad part.
I mean, any part. But I was not. It was absolutely black for me. Nothing I can see. So I was in like a meditative state. This is for me a very, very first experience to get into this. But I'm feeling very, very light, relaxed. जैसे मैं बहुत deep sleep लेके उठी हूँ. So for me, it is like that
Great.
moment. Yeah.
So
So I
awesome.
don't know what, but the process, what you
Everything is
said, like
fine.
with the
Like, this
hand and
is
everything, everything was step by step. I was doing it, but not able to see anything. Not even a good part. Like, I don't know.
See, that's
It was
fine.
black.
Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone has a different experience. Everyone's different. A lot
Yeah.
of people who have never done and like never done any kind of meditation or hypnotherapy find it difficult to kind of go deep. So, in fact, even this taster session was just to help all of the people who are enrolling for the main session to kind of
But I
just
was
get that
just like,
practice.
okay, I was doing wrong or something.
No,
Like
no, no.
I can't. Okay.
Not at all. Like, some people are
Okay.
just, sometimes your conscious mind is just so switched on that it doesn't allow you to even go into hypnosis. But maybe you're just like in that some zone. I mean, don't judge it. That's all I want to say. Just
Okay.
don't judge it.
Okay.
Some
Thank
some
you.
people try once, twice, thrice, and then they get there.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you everyone for attending the session. If you have any questions, do DM me on Instagram. I'm available. You can just put like, I attended your session with SoulSensei, and then, that message is saved so that I can reply to it. I have my social media manager who has been instructed that if someone's asked a question and they say that they're from SoulSensei, I will reply, because we get a ton of DMs that way. So thank you for attending. If you have any questions about anything that we spoke about, you can just DM me on Instagram, and my handle is Sheelaa M Bajaj. So at Sheelaa with a double A, Sheelaa M Bajaj, and you'll find me there. If there's any question you have about the hypnotherapy day after tomorrow, I will still answer your questions. So don't worry about it. You can also like DM me on Instagram. I could give you a link of a group where you can ask the question there. If you're confused about something else, you want to know about the Akashic journeys, we do it only on SoulSensei now. I don't organize it through my organization anymore. I just love SoulSensei so much that I've stopped doing it on. I've told my team, मुझे नहीं करना तुम्हारे साथ, मुझे SoulSensei के साथ करना है. So if you have any questions even about the Akashic journeys, do get in touch with me on Instagram and I'll be happy to answer that for you. All right?
Thank you, Sheelaa, for such a deeply immersive session and such a soothing meditation. Thank you, participants, for being here. Like Sheelaa said, we have her upcoming session on 28th Feb at 6 p.m. So, in case you feel touched by it, please feel free to click on the link which will be shared in the chat box. You can click on the link and register for her session for 28th Feb, 6 p.m. We'll also be sharing the recording, or we won't be sharing the recording for this session since it was a free session. The link has been shared in the chat box. You can access it to do the meditation again and go through this immersive and abundant experience again. Thank you everyone for your participation. I hope you have a lovely and grounded night ahead. Thank you, Sheelaa, for your time and graceful presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.